Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to the 264th episode of Twisted Strands. My name is Jeannie, but you can call me JD, which is my name everywhere. Contact info at the end of the episode. Thank you so much for joining me today. My episode is brought to you by Bridget, who got me this lovely cup for my Christmas, I think. It says, "Nothing for you, whore." And as you can see, I tried to fix it because it didn't have a comma. So I keep trying to take my white paint pens and draw a comma because I'm anal like that. I love the message of it, but don't take away my commas where they're needed, okay? Okay, so let's see. Yeah, sorry about last week. I was busy and I didn't have anything special to say, I guess. So, apologies for skipping a week. It's just me talking to you when I can. That's all I can say. I wanted to say thank you to Robin, who wrote me a note on Instagram and asked me how I was doing. I'm okay. Having some trouble with sleep, which is really strange, but I will work on it. I'm a work in progress, and y'all forgive me for that usually. And thanks to Palette PC for chiming in. Good to hear from you always, my friend. And yeah, oh shoot, hang on. Anyway. Yes, here I am. I had to grab a finished object. I have a finished object today. Yay! 2 finished objects, as a matter of fact. 1 sewing, 1 knitting. So you'll get to see those soon. And that's all I've got to announce. Let me show you what I've got done. Okay, so I just showed this on Instagram, so if you're following me on Instagram, you get to see things before the podcast. Here is a bag, a tote bag that I made of old Ipsy bags. So I bought the makeup fabric special for this because it's cute. Oh, is that a stray thread? See, this has several imperfections, so I'm not going to put it on the auction block or anything, even though I could use the money. But, yeah. It's got imperfections. What I did was, I took apart several bags. I kept the little zipper pulls. I might put them on later, I'm not sure. But anyway, I took them apart, cut them throughout the zippers because they're useless, and I have a lot of zippers anyway. And then I decided to buy this fabric. I found a shop on Etsy that had this fabric, and I purchased a yard of it, so I have more to play with. And this is just old, I keep forgetting the name, bias tape. This is bias tape. Double wide single fold bias tape that I used, and that's how I did it. All my own pattern. Oh, and so it's not just, well, clearly it's got inside outside fabrics, but I also put in a layer of quilting batting that I had, a thin polyester quilting batting. So, which side is my favorite? I think this side is my favorite, even though I really like this one and this one. So, I have several bags. Would you like to see my collection of bags? I collected everything together. So, I have a bunch of freaking bags, and this isn't even all of them. I am still using some of them. So, clearly I have plenty to make another tote bag. So that's my finished object for sewing. My next project in sewing is going to be a pair of shorts, because either I'm losing weight or my clothes are stretching out, so I need new shorts. And what is finished? Blah, 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 blah. America, English, #1, yay. This is the completed lattice prayer shawl from that book and this particular pattern is by Mary Bell. I got to 59 inches long, and then I stopped because I was tired of it and I wanted to knit one. So that is nice and clean. I always wash stuff if I can before donating it or giving it as a gift. I don't know if you do that, but I recommend it because it's just a nice thing. And also, I have a cat that gets to every fucking thing. I don't know where she is now. I was sitting here all night, and she was sitting by my side, and then she left because she was bored. Wouldn't you leave if you were bored of listening to me? Or I kept getting up and down, so she just said, screw this. I'm going to lay down somewhere else. Maybe behind my dad, who is at his computer. He has a rolling high seat, like an office seat, and she sits right near the wheels. And she must realize that he has to get up every once in a while, but she doesn't give a shit. Much like cats don't give a shit. Oh god, now he's flashing the light. He knows I talked about it. Bail! Bail! Anyway, this new prayer shawl that I'm knitting, I have a flippin'... Come on, where the fuck is it? Something Trinity thing. No, okay. The damn post-it note that I use is not, there we go. Mystery of the Trinity is the name of the pattern. I'll show you the picture of the finished object. There we go. And it's designed by Michael Zuravel from Florida. So there's that. And this is the book I'm using. Lucky Estate Sale Find. And here it is. I'm going to take it out of my Slip Stitch Studios bag. I'm using Plymouth Encore yarn, a wool acrylic blend. I'm marking down every stitch. I just do a row, tick a mark, do a row, yada yada, because I don't want to get lost in my place here. So basically this is a lovely workhorse yarn that I'm using, and it is something that was gifted to me by someone who had finished a baby blanket in it, and I said I could use that for a prayer shawl or a baby blanket for charity, so me please. And she gave me her 5 balls, which 4 should be perfect for this, so high hopes for that. I wanted something that wasn't too easy, so I wouldn't get bored. So that is my newest project. I just wanted to work on something knit that wasn't boring. And that seems to be fitting the bill. It's a pretty nice pattern. Very easy to work. And yeah. My dad really liked some rag rugs that we saw. We went to the state fair on Saturday. It was awesome. The weather was beautiful. And, you know, we were just there to eat and see the exhibits. Really. We wanted some fair food. And we got it. And I saw some horses. And goats and other animals that I love, and pretty damn good day. And what else? Oh, I met some a really nice fiber artist who did this amazing spinning, like awesome looking spinning. And she was making all these wonderful felt animals too. I thought, dang, this person is cool. And, oh, anyway, at the old-timey exhibit, vintage and antique materials being used, the lady was weaving on a massive, like the size of a baby wolf loom, but it was only 2 shafts. So it only had 2 shafts, much like a rigid heddle. And he remarked that he thought it was expensive for the rag rugs, and I said, that's not expensive, but I can make you some. So I am going to be planning to make him some placemats, or maybe a larger placemat for the middle of the table, depending on how much I get out of this stuff that I found at another estate sale. So anyway, so had fun at the fair, yada yada. Oh, I took my kayak out and had a really good time, but then I realized, holy shit, I need a kayak cart, which is a simple contraption, but they're expensive. I don't know why. Anyway, I got a kayak cart to help me with my kayak expenditures. I don't know. What's the word? Tell me what the word should be. No. Expeditions. Oh god, I'm such an idiot. Anyway, remember when I was telling you about the fun I had going to New Hampshire and spending time with my best friend and all that, and I went shopping. So, I went to one shop that is sadly closed now, and I purchased from them several things because they were closing. And, well, I guess this isn't several things, but I purchased a kit they had, Forget Not Mitts, from the Alpaca Yarn Company, and the pattern is by Heather Sakal, Girl Gone Loopy, so they're Argyle. So I thought this would be pretty. Not in that colorway, I picked this colorway instead. I like these colors a bit better. The bluey greens are more my favorite kind of deal. And then I bought some sport weight sock yarn. I've worked with this before. It's a pain in the ass, but it does yield some perfect summer socks. So I bought 2 balls of Cascade. Yeah, hello Trinity. You remember what it's called? No, I don't. Crap. Fixation. There we go. Good job, podcaster number 1. And then I went to a really nice quilting shop that was right by Joy, and I purchased this pattern. Now, I am not a quilter, really. It's just that there's so many pretty things in the quilt shops. So I said to myself, Jeannie, here's something simple. Purchase this from the nice lady, will ya? And I'm holding it upside down. Podcast at number 1. Holiday Stars is what it's called. And it's Christine D. Poor. P-O-O-R. So hopefully I'll sew some of these to give away as presents for this year. I think that would be nice. So that's my shopping, my extreme shopping. Let's go on to stuff and junk. I'm gonna try for less than 20 minutes here. I caught the watercolor bug. I'm going to show you the really nice thing. This is from Let's Make Art. And basically what they give you in a kit is a tracing piece. They give you the picture, and they give you you can trace all this. I added the bats. So that's what I made. This is their Halloween cat or something. And that's by Let's Make Art. And they give you everything but the brush. Yep, everything but the brush. And this is something from, it's a book. I think it's called The Joy of Watercolor or something like that. And it's where you get these ideas for painting. And, you know, it gives you part by part by part. So I did 2 things, and I didn't do them well. So you're not going to see this on my Instagram account. But this is the cupcake. And I did do one more thing. Let me see. Oh no. Did I leave it? Oh. Just a second while I get my shit together. Here we go. I'm more pleased with this one. Why does it look so crooked? Maybe because it is. Yeah, it's crooked. Like I said, beginner. I've been doing watercolor and other art for years. That doesn't mean I'm particularly great at it. And we went to an art store in West Orange called Jerry's, and Dad bought me a card that has Frida Kahlo sayings and stickers. So I took it and I put it on my newest sketchbook. You remember this? This is what I was playing with when I was on vacation. So I'm going to be using that as my sketchbook. I also just mess around with some of the other tutorials that are in books because I collect art supplies and craft supplies, and you know that already. Next week, maybe I'll show you, next time, maybe I'll show you the wonderful, funny things I picked up from an estate sale last week, I believe. And that's all I've been doing, really. I haven't finished the cat bed yet. But then again, is she worth it? Because she's such a brat. She's so sassy. I'll finish it though. And I'm really looking forward to hitting the beach in a few weeks. Less than 2 weeks now. Yay! Cape May! And of course you'll hear from me then. So, yeah, that's it. I feel like I'm devoid of content, but that's not really what you're here for. I did get the latest Interweave Knits magazine, but I didn't have a chance to look through it, really. And I just wanted to talk to you. So that's it. Future things I plan on doing. Well, I'm going to finish the prayer shawl. Going to work on that cat bed. Gonna do some cross stitch and some painting, some job search, and that's it. That's the big deal for me this coming week. Oh, and kayaking. I'm gonna put a picture that I took while I was on the Split Rock Reservoir over in Boonton. It was beautiful. It was sunny. Yeah, so I had a lot of fun. I will leave you with a thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate every view. If you want to help out, share my podcast and subscribe and hit the like button and reply so I can hear from you and say hello back. And that's all I wanted to ask of you, really. Anyway, don't forget, when you're doing crafts, you are making the world a more beautiful place. And for that, I thank you. Have a good week, everybody. Hopefully it'll be next week. We'll see. I will try my hardest. Yes. Bye.